It ain't easy being a man these days. Hard to even say for sure what a man is. A provider, a lover, maybe even a hero. One thing's for sure. A journey towards being whatever a real man should be doesn't need to be done alone. The Gentlementor are here to help you navigate that, so you never have to go alone.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Gentlementor. I'm Mark, and this is my good friend in arms with the special Hawaiian shirt, Doug. And is it Hawaiian? It looks Hawaiian from here.
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
but
I was thinking about that the other night. I was thinking I should have a title for you every time I introduce you. If I'm going to do this intro, I'm going to introduce you every week. It's going to be something.
There you go.
You know, something unique.
I'll
have to work on that.
Do.
I don't know. I'll work on that
somewhere.
Anyway,
when you're on the candy, you work on that.
We're so glad that you've joined us here on our little podcast, and we're all about community. We're all about guys helping each other out. And
we're just several episodes we've been about trying to get through these 3 questions, but
we have, but it's been some great content. If you've missed it,
guys and change.
If you've missed it, this is of course we're talking about change, right? In that's our purpose right now, is just talking about change. So this, all you're going to hear is talking about wanting to change the things we want to change in our lives.
Change as in to make different, and agency as in your personal power to do something.
Yes, to be better, make the change.
Power to change you.
Yeah, because it is hard to change, and we've talked about in previous episodes that you're going to have to change whether you like it or not. It's just how you want to accept that change, and what things do you want to change. That's what's most important. But we're kind of in a part 3 here with 3 questions that we're asking about when you're presented with a situation. What do you do?
And we're really putting the focus on kind of I don't know if could we call this self-authoring? We're not actually technically writing, but that's what we're doing. We're building a roadmap to the future you, the you want.
We're writing your story. You're writing your own story. And so you have to decide,
or literally, whether you choose.
You have to decide what kind of person you are. Who are you? Figure out the who first. Who are you? And I mentioned a few weeks ago, I'm the type of guy, I've decided I want to be the guy who works out and then plays Halo in between my sets. I want to be the guy who gets up when my alarm goes off or before. Doug mentioned he wants to be the positive guy, so he's eradicated some of the negative stuff in his life. So eradicated. Hopefully not the negative people, just the negative stuff, right? So sometimes you can't avoid that.
The internal, the thought life.
Right.
Because it influences so much.
Yes.
That we talked about as we started this conversation, like eliminating or trying to cut down the intake of negative stuff from the outside. I mean, again, it's that first step. It's like, oh, well, I want to lose weight. Well, you're already eating food. How about you trying to make some of that nutritious?
Yeah.
Hey, you're trying to cut out some of the sugar and eat more vegetables. What do you think? Or, meat or whatever you want to do. But, so it's the same.
All it comes down to, like we said,
mental diet.
You decide, you write the blueprint. What does Doug look like? What does Jeff look like? What kind of guy is he? I don't know who Jeff is, but that's Jeff. He's out there somewhere. We love you, Jeff. Thanks for joining us. Anyway, so you have to decide. Oh, okay. So you have to decide who you are. And then when you're presented with a situation, there's 3 questions that you have to ask yourself. And the first one is, okay, what type of person am I? And and again, you have to go back. We talked about that before. You can't learn all the plays on game day. You've got to have practice time before. You have to decide who you are, pre-game, warm up. So there's no time to think. Like Pete Mitchell says, you can't think, you just have to do. Well, you can't do in the moment like that until you've already done before and you create a habit. So you have to decide, who am I? And then the second thing you have to ask is, what kind of situation is this? We talked about different situations. There's negative situations. There's neutral situations. There's positive situations. And a lot of times we'll take those positive and neutral situations and automatically fill them in with distrust, and they become a negative situation and they affect us, and we create unnecessary drama in our lives, which we do, like the people in horror movies. Like we talked about.
The really bad part of creating unnecessary drama in your life is that you're the grown-up, so you have to clean up the drama and the mess that the drama makes.
Yep.
So one more reason to say no to the drama.
Ooh, yeah. Or you do like I do. When growing up with a teenage daughter in my house, or preteen, she's out on her own now, and she's doing great because I had this policy, and she still talks about it today. And she brought it up to the people that she works with, and we called it the DFZ, the drama-free zone. So my house was a DFZ. So if you want drama, go to school. You want drama, go to knitting class. My house is a DFC. It's a drama-free zone. We don't create drama here. Now, the drama is unavoidable because people bring it in. You all kinds of things. It's unavoidable, but we don't create
especially
our own drama.
teenage daughters. Can I get a witness?
Come on, somebody. All right. So you're presented with a situation. 3 questions to ask yourself. Number 1, what kind of person am I? Number 2, what kind of situation is this? And then here's the clincher. Are you ready?
Number 3. Here we go.
Number 3, we finally hear.
Oh, drum roll.
Number 3 question. What does someone like me do in a situation like this?
Ooh, that ought to be fairly easy.
Yeah.
You think if you could fill in them 2 blanks?
If
you got a question for 1 and 2, 3 ought to be fairly easy.
I would think so. And then you have to decide to do that in that situation. And a lot of times,
next week's episode.
A lot of times, it's going to go back to what you said. I don't know if it's last week or the week before when you talked about getting your refund check, keeping your pants. Sometimes the best thing that a person like you could do in a situation like that is nothing for the moment.
And I would say inversely to the amount you feel like you need to do something. The stronger you feel like, and I'll add to say, the stronger you feel that you need to do or say something, the more reticent you should be about it.
I would almost agree.
The hotter it feels and the more necessary it feels, the more you need to step on the brake.
Right. Now, granted, no, we're not talking about situations where you have to make a jump decision right now.
There's a bus coming. Not that. Go ahead and yell that.
Wait a minute. There's a bus coming. Let's stop.
Let that one fly.
There's a train on the tracks. I should not cross over. No. There's a time when you pause.
There.
But there is a time.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, even in those things, people I'll go back to the bear thing. That was good. People who are, that go on hikes on a regular basis and spend a lot of time in the outdoors already have practice in their minds what they're going to do in that kind of situation.
Have bear spray.
They may have bear spray. They may have already they've got their clapping or they're wearing bells while they're hiking, whatever. They've already prepared for that. So they've already created a scenario to prevent that to begin with. And then if it does come up, because inevitably it will, you spend enough time outdoors, especially in places where there are bears, you're bound to run into one. So what are you going to do? Well, you've already thought that through because you know what kind of person you are. And then then it's easy, like you said, it's easy to go, okay, what would a person like me do in this situation? Like I mentioned a few weeks ago, I'm presented with a question. Hey, let's stay up late night and play Fortnite for a couple hours on a Tuesday. I'm sorry, I'm the type of guy who gets up at 6 a.m. when my alarm goes off. And so at 10 o'clock, I'm in bed with the lights off. So I'm sorry. That's just the type of guy I am.
Maybe
now, if you want to do that on Friday,
instead of Fortnite, let's play Call of Duty, and to make it ultra realistic, we'll get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, there you go. Let's have a battle on Normandy on dawn.
Yeah,
at dawn. Yes, at dawn. Yeah, there you go. So that's we finally made it through the question. So what kind of person are you, or what would a person like
do in this situation?
What are you going to do in this situation?
Like you? What's a person like you doing in a situation like this, baby? Here you go, baby.
I've been asked that.
What's a pretty situation like you doing in a place like this?
Well, we talked about, and again, I want to go back to kind of the main concept of this thing is we do what we do because of how we feel about ourselves or what we think about ourselves. So if we think we're a negative person, if we think we're a cheater, if we think we're a whatever thing you want to throw in there, we think we're a money waster or, or a negative person. I think I already said that. Then you're going to respond accordingly. But you can make the decision to decide, no, this is the type of person I want to be. I'm going to be a positive person. I'm going to be an encouraging person. I'm going to be a saver. I'm going to be a get up when I'm supposed to get up. I'm going to be an on-time person. Whatever. You decide.
You ain't got to be like charismatic. Lots of people out on the internet today through different philosophies and ideologies use ideas which sound sort of like that. About using affirmations or saying, speaking positively about yourself or loving yourself or having a positive self. How would you want to call it? Whatever kind of verbology you want to use. If you are a person who is given to the negative, allow me to encourage you as a person who's not giving to encouraging people to get out of that. Because when you're in that negative, can I just use the word flow? When you're in that negative flow, man, everything everything will
say
wax
plug.
negative. Even when good things happen to you, you're going to become the kind of person that's like, I can't enjoy this because something bad's coming, or yeah, but such and such. You're always going to find the negative in every situation. Whatever the opposite is of the person, if you don't find the silver lining, the person that finds a cloud with every silver lining instead of a silver lining in every cloud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't, again, can I implore you, please do not do this to yourself. And this isn't something you're just doing to yourself. You may not realize it because you're probably a little selfish and myopic. But it's affecting the people around you.
Yeah.
Do you find that people don't want to hang out with you? People don't dig spending a lot of time with you because you're really happy and excited at first, and then after a while you get really negative and start complaining and criticizing about everything. It will affect other things. Ripples in the pond, baby.
Yes, and I tell you, one of the things that we can do as men is just be a little bit more bulletproof, be a little bit more gritty. We got to have yeah. We got to be tough. We can't let those things rattle us like that.
Yeah.
And we just have to go. Wait, hold on a minute. I'm not expecting this, but hold on just a second. What's going on here? And then we figure that out. We go, okay, what do I do? What do I do? I think one of the things is we need to be a little bit more gritty. We need to be bulletproof. One of the other things we need to do is I think we need to greet change, because a lot of things or change or these circumstances with, oh, that's very interesting. That's good to know. Now, how am I going to respond to that? And then, like I mentioned last week, also choose trust. Choose trust. Always choose trust.
Sleep on it.
And something that you said that now I can put into words, I think this week, very, very, very important. Keep your emotional expense low. Way too often.
Said.
We spend too much. We spend too much on emotions.
We max out the credit cards.
We do. Why do we do that?
Here's the truth. Do you want to know the truth? Because it feels good. When you're in that moment of rage, when you finally just let it fly and it feels great.
It is because it's a drug. It's a drug-induced rage.
Yeah. It's just
your own mind has you've created those stories. And you're now high on those drugs, just like being in love.
Coming back down the other side, that the true awfulness of what you've just done begins to sink in, and how many months and possibly years you'll be living this down, and everyone will know you. Oh, that's the guy that did that thing that time.
Yeah.
Thanks for remembering, everybody.
Oh, here's a great one. This is a great saying. Great results rarely ever come from a perfect plan. Is there ever a perfect plan?
No. But no plan is no way to go.
But no plan is terrible.
Stay home.
Great results rarely come from that. But you've got a plan, and having a plan, and that plan may just simply be, I've decided who I am, what kind of guy I am. That could be the plan.
If you have that image, you can overlay that with who you are now, and you can see where the differences lie. It gets something done. It puts you in motion. Once again, it's that thing. I think I don't know if it was our very first podcast, one of our very first popular ones, is how to do that one word that just ran right out of my head like it saw me coming. Execute.
Be intentional?
How to execute.
What? Oh, execute. Okay, yeah.
How to get it done. How to do. Not just think, but do. So, yeah.
I think another great quality is flexibility. Blessed are the flexibles, for they shall not be bent out of shape. I don't think that's in there, but
it's and if you're an introvert like we tend to be, that's kind of counter to who we are, man. That flies right in the face of it.
Yeah. I wrote this down too. Your success is not dependent upon things staying the same, but on your readiness. Nothing's going to stay the same. Things are going to change. You're going to get, I'm not prophesying, but there's a potential you could get laid off from your position, from your job, downsizing, whatever, you did something dumb. What's your readiness about? Things aren't going to stay the same. And you basing and building your success on things remaining the same is planning to fail, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And this is not about worry. This is not about worry.
No. And you can't.
A plan will keep you from worrying.
Right. And again, if you're faced with a job loss, what you've already, okay, here's the situation. We're presented with a situation.
My parents went
Okay.
away on a week's vacation.
What kind of guy am I? Here's the situation. Oh, this is a negative situation. They're letting me go for whatever reason. What does a guy do in my situation? Oh, well, I've decided to be a responsive guy, not a reactionary guy. So first of all, I'm going to take it easy for a minute and think about this and go, okay, all right, what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to fill in the gaps with trust. Okay, I don't think that you hate me. There must be a reason you're letting me go. Let's figure that out. Let's have a conversation. Oh, you don't want to have a conversation? That's okay, because I'm the type of guy that comes back. I'm going to find something else. I'll make it work. That's what being flexible is about.
Absolutely. It's a way. Well, it's what it always is. It's a means of control in a world that's out of control, and that control always boils down to you have self-control if you choose to employ it. You can just keep rolling along and letting stuff happen. If that's what you want to do, nobody can make that decision but you.
If you want to change what you want to do, if you want to change what you do, you have to think about what you think about you. You have to change. If you want to change, let me say that again. If you want to change what you do, change what you think about you. There it is.
That rhymes.
Yes.
Did you just think that out?
I'm trying to make all of these rhyme. No, I wrote
well, don't admit that on the air. Let's make tea.
That I wrote it down? Yeah, I thought about it.
Is that an original?
Because your distorted
things that rhyme.
Your distorted, this doesn't rhyme. Your distorted identity will sabotage your success.
Man, if it had rhymed, I'd have been impressed because I don't know anything that rhymes with identity. Splendidity. Obscenity.
We have to think of a different word to go with identity. Your identity.
You're a walking obscenity.
Okay, there it is. Your distorted identity will make your success an obscenity. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all week, folks. Tip jars on the piano. Yes.
You're like the Confucius of the airwaves, of the podcast waves.
Confucius of the internet. Confusion. That's just call me confusion of the internet because that's
where
I am.
Anyway.
So we got through those questions. Yay. We finally did it.
This won't require an additional episode. Did we talk enough for it to be an episode? It's not going to be like a mini episode. Like, did you set the timer or anything?
Yeah, we got like 10 minutes, 9 minutes left here. So
we ain't got enough. We got to talk some more.
We can wrap this up a little bit more. Hey, perhaps we can just give an optional assignment.
I'll call it that. Is that a thing we do?
I'll call it optional because we
can't make it. We don't high school live, and even if we did, we're not.
We can't make you do it.
We got stuff to do.
But what we can do, we can ask you to put those things in our social media feed so that we can see those things. So it's real simple. Just take a few minutes and think of 3 things that you want to be. Think of what are 3 characteristics of the new me. We talked about reinventing ourselves, writing your own story. Okay. And I gave some examples. You gave some examples. I'm going to be the getting up before or when the alarm goes off guy. You're going to be the not so negative, feeding on the negative news stuff guy. And there's other things too, I'm sure.
Well, there have been along the way, but this is a big battle upcoming. So
they don't need to be profound. I want to say, I mean, getting up when the alarm goes off. Some people are like, I don't even use an alarm.
Man,
that's fine.
The first rule is do something manageable.
Do
something
you
can win at.
Because I know that's it. Because I know that I can win at that. I know that the only person against me in the getting up when my alarm goes off game is me. That's the only person that's against me. Now, if I'm after a promotion, that's a whole nother game because there might be other people out there trying to get that same promotion. That's a different game to play.
When it's you versus
I'm my only competitor.
Pick something you can win at.
Exactly. But again, that going for that promotion going for the promotion may be the type of guy that I am and not giving up on it. I may not get the promotion, but that doesn't change who I am. Right? So that's right, because you've already decided who you are, and that's what I want to get you at. So if you could think of 3 things that you want to change, and like I said, they don't have to be profound. You can use hours for all we care. If you're getting up in the mornings or lifting some weights during the day, or maybe you've got a gym membership and you haven't been in 6 months, and you just want to go, just show up at the gym. Just decide 3 days a week, I'm going to walk into the gym. You don't have to work out. Just decide, I'm going to be the guy who goes to the gym
just
3 times a week.
Smell some sweat.
That's it, because you can work with that.
I've been to the gym 3 times this week already.
Hey, all you're doing is putting handles on something heavy to lift. That's all you're doing by walking in and doing that kind of stuff. So just pick 3 things. That's the assignment. Just pick 3 things that you've decided you want to be, the type of person that you want to be, and put those in the comments. Let us know what those are, because we want to encourage you on that. And they need to be simple. Like Doug said, make them manageable things.
Play to your strengths.
Play to your strengths. Maybe it's just going to be
battle you can win.
Yeah. Maybe it's not, I don't know. Whatever it is. There's a number of things out there. I'm trying to think of some examples, but there could be
well,
there are hundreds of thousands of things.
Do you want to get rid of a bad behavior, or do you want to learn a new good behavior? I mean,
that's what you have to decide. Yeah.
It's hard to give examples because it's all so personal. I mean,
I think it should be additive or a positive change in my mind.
I think
let's
better
if we just
do
focus
one of each, because it counterbalances. You take something bad away and you add something good in. It gives you both focuses. Like I said, I think I suggested that a few episodes ago. But
so 3 things. Here's your assignment. 3 things you want a positive change, or 2 things, 1 negative and 1 positive. You want to change to balance those things out. Let's do that. So you can cheat. You can have the 2. But the negative thing changes.
Since you're not getting graded, feel free to cheat.
Yeah, the negative thing is harder to change. And look, you don't have to turn this assignment in. My high school English teacher always said, when she assigned something and people would always say, "Oh, do we have to do it?" She would say, "No, of course you don't have to do. You can do whatever you want.
You can be anything you want to be. Even
no, she didn't say that. She said you can do whatever you want, and that's very true. You're remembered by. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. You're remembered in 2 things in this world. You're remembered for 2 things in this world. When you're dead and gone, you're going to be remembered for 2 things: the problems you create or the problems you solve. That's it.
I quit.
And
as I like to remind everybody, I'm not part of the problem. I'm all of the problem.
You can cut that out if you want.
No. That was priceless.
All right. Well, hey, thanks everyone for joining us this week. We got all the way through all 3 of those questions.
At last.
If you missed the other 2, please go back and take a listen.
You got time.
And you got time. Take a look, take a listen to it, see what you think.
Do an inventory,
give us some,
write a story.
Give us some pushback, give us some feedback. We're open to what you have to say.
Questions,
let us know.
Comments, criticisms, critiques.
Please.
Shopping lists.
We're just trying to create
knock jokes.
Shopping list. And if you want to send, a nice new set of chef's knives or something to Doug, we totally would be open to that.
Mark would love that.
And if you want, we talked about a lot the past couple of weeks. If you want to play some Halo with me, you can find me. Flyboy Maverick is my gamer tag. Find me. I'll play some Halo Infinity with you. I'd love to. It'd be great. Another way to build community.
If anybody wants to get on line with me and play some Nintendo 64, I'd be happy to do that.
We can't. You've got to come. Now I've got a reason for you to be here again. It's because now I showed you the picture. This GoldenEye on the Xbox now. And it's 2-player and it's widescreen when you play. It's 2-player. It's multiplayer, so you can play, but you can't play online. I don't think they let you play online. It's just local. But yeah. Oh man. I fired that up the other night. It was all those memories come rushing back. And you know what I thought of? We didn't finish before I think about this, because I don't want to think about filming a documentary before we finish this podcast. Hey, thanks for joining us this week. Join us again next week for the Gentlementor. Follow us on social. We'd love to hear from you.
We'll say words. You should listen to them. Or
yes.
whatever you want to do.